Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. I'm Meadsy69 and welcome back to the channel. The missiles have been nerfed in the recent update. They got nerfed. They've had some penetration removed. They've had some damage lowered. And this tank right here, the T92E1, has had some armor removed. So has it made a difference? Has the missiles made a difference? We all said before even the update had dropped that it will make no difference whatsoever. It's kind of hard because of course it's gonna make some difference, because if you're gonna shoot the missiles, you're gonna do less damage. If you're gonna get armor removed, you're not gonna get as many bounces, and if you have penetration removed, you're gonna get more bounces. So it has made, I suppose, a tiny bit difference, but it's not the damage, it's not the penetration, even the armor. It's not really the armor that makes the tank broke, it's the missile itself. Whether or not the missile does 700 damage or 200 damage, if you can shoot a tank from behind a ridge and they're not able to get you, and then that's still broke. It's still broke regardless of how much damage the tank does. So I'm not going to speak too much about that. I mean, I've gone on too much about missiles, and I don't think this has made too much of a difference with the nerf, but Wargaming are taking measures. They are taking measures, and they have steps to follow, and the tanks were OP, so they're going to try and fix the tank by nerfing the tank, which is what they've done. And that's step one, is to nerf the tanks if needed. They want to keep missiles in the game. It brings something different to the game, and yes, it does bring something different to the game, but currently the way they are played, it's not needed. It's not needed in the game. But I do applaud Wargaming. They are taking measures, and because they want to keep the missiles in the game, they need to rearrange it all. They need to sort something out, and step one is to nerf the tanks around the missile. I mean, not the missiles itself, not the actual missile, but things that the missile does, i.e. damage, penetration. So that's step one. Now, step two, if it's still broke, then nerf it again and re-evaluate the actual missile itself. And then, so that may be next update. If the missile still seem to be broken, the missile tanks as such, then step two would be nerfing the tanks even more. And then step three, if the tanks are still the same, then they will probably remove the missiles. But it might get there, it might not, I don't know. Now, the problem is, Wargaming doesn't nerf tanks because we turn around and say the missiles are broke, because this happened to me. They nerf tanks around stats and data. Their stats and data, as I keep going, just doesn't really match our experiences in the battle. I mean, their data shows that only 3 missiles are shooting on average per battle, and only 1 or 2 of them hit. So stat-wise, according to their data, it is not broke. However, the problem we've got now is, I wouldn't say well, it is a problem. The missiles are still broke. The missile itself is still broke. You're still able to shoot a tank from behind a ridge without being exposed. That's still broke. Now, the issue now is that I've always said that the tanks are OP even without the missiles. So because of Wargaming have nerfed the missiles, they've nerfed the damage, they've nerfed the penetration, you got players now that are playing the tanks not so much for the missiles because of the tank itself. And that is where this tank is actually better. It performs better. When I tested the Sheridan, I didn't use missiles. I mean, in 100 games, I probably fired 6, 7, no more than 10 missiles during that whole test period. And I was playing it normal, and it was insane. It was crazy. I mean, I was averaging 3,500 damage with 82% win rate. As soon as I learned how to use the missiles, my average damage went down to 1,900, which is poor for me in a tier 10 game. Below 2 in a tier 10 tank, below 2k is poor for me. And my win rate went down as well. So even though we're all saying that the missiles are broken, they are, people are still not performing as well using the missiles as they are normally. So because of the nerf, I'm pretty sure you're going to have a lot more players, because mainly the damage. I mean, 490, I think the damage is now for the missile, when you could do 560 with your APCR. So where before it used to do the same damage. So people are going to be forced to play these tanks as normal tanks. And they are good. They are still really, really good. And it's more OP, I think, playing these tanks normal than using the missiles. They're really, really good tanks, and you're going to see a lot more of that. You're going to see a lot more of missiles flying about everywhere, because why not? It does the same damage. It's just the same as penetration. When the Pramo got nerfed, I mean, before the Pramo got nerfed and it did the same amount of damage, people were just firing Pramo. Why not? If you've got credits, why not? Why risk the pen? Why risk a bounce just for a few more credits? Then Wargaming nerfed it, and it does less damage. People are now forced to shoot normal rounds unless they absolutely have to. That's going to be exactly the same with these missiles. People are going to play in normally, and the tanks are still broke normally. They are still OP. This game here, 7,200 damage, only a couple of missiles were shot. So that's pretty much enough about the missile-wise. Yes, it's got nerfed. Do I believe it's going to get nerfed even more? Yes, I probably do. But be patient. I'm not crying about it. I'm just saying that they're still broke. I'm not crying about it. I'm not worried, because I know what Wargaming are like. They're not going to want to keep these broken tanks in the game. So maybe come next update, I'm sure, pretty certain, maybe not next update, maybe the update after, I don't know. I'm pretty sure they'll be nerfed once again. I'm just pretty sure they're not going to want to keep this in the game when it makes all other tanks irrelevant with armor. I mean, IS-4s, Mouses, they're nothing at the moment because you got missiles. So the other problem with the missile tanks is I joined the game after test, just to, after the update, just to see how they like, and I played the Sheridan. Didn't do much damage. I mean, didn't do too much damage, but I still managed to hide behind a rock, shoot a missile up in the air, and hit a IS-7 in the face for 560 damage. The average damage is now 490. I think for a start it should be dropped even more. I don't know what, maybe 420, 440. I don't know, but that's just another start. Definitely they should rework the missile itself, and maybe, as we always say, make it so you can only aim the missile when you are directly sniper mode in a tank. I don't know. They want to keep the missiles, but if they're going to want to keep it, they are going to have to resort the missiles themselves and not the damage, or well, maybe the damage, but not everything around it. If you nerf the missiles itself, then the damage and all that won't be as bad. So we're going to look at this game. This game is a Hall of Fame game from Adam, and you've probably seen this on Soft Rescue's channel, but I really wanted to add it because it just goes to show that this tank is after the update, and he's only going to shoot 1 or 2 missiles. He's not going to shoot too many missiles, and as I've said, this tank is OP without the missiles. So we're going to talk now pretty much for just about this battle. We've spoken enough about the tank. We're going to speak about this just crazy battle. So his team are already 3 tanks down, and the enemy only have 1 tank down. He decided to relocate to come this side of the map where his other teammates are, and you can see there's 1 missile shot, puts him on fire because he didn't need to expose himself. The tank was looking at him, so he didn't need to expose himself. So he went to go for the ram there. I think he went to go for the ram. There was no point wasting a shot when he could go for the ram and only lose a little bit of hit points. And he gets a nice bounce there from the T-30. So at the moment, it is 2 versus 5. He's not running away. He knows that this T-30 is on his own. And this T-30 just makes a big mistake. He should have just reversed straight up to the wall. But instead, he decides to just open up. And even now, he should just stay there, but he starts moving, and Adam manages to get to the side of him and take him out for his first kill. So already he's now on 5,200 damage, but the Badger is the last remaining tank on his team that's alive, and he's in the middle of pretty much all 4 tanks. So there's no point Adam just YOLOing straight down the middle. He's going to come in from as far away as possible and try and clear up some tanks. Now, he was going to go for the T-57 Heavy, but he decides to go for the Batchat, and that's probably because the Batchat's more quicker. And now he does sort of YOLO in, and he knows he can take this guy, but he does take a nasty 2 shots from him to get that kill, and now he is alone against 2 tanks. So he's on 5,600 damage. He's got a mouse, and he's got a Jaegeru, a full hit point Jaegeru, and I think I'm not sure, I think the mouse is actually full hit points as well. So he's only on 536 HP. So he's going to go for Cap B, which is the right decision. They've got Cap B, C, sorry. They've got Cap B, and he's now going to go for Cap C to stop the enemy getting those points. They are already on 805 supremacy points, and now the Jaegeru is going to start capping base B, which again is the right move. But now the mouse has been spotted. That leaves the mouse on his own up here, so he's going to use the speed of this tank to get around. A bit of glitch there from the replay. And because of the Jaegeru so slow, he has now capped base B, but because he's so slow, it is going to take him a while to get up and help this mouse. So because of the Sheridan's speed, he's able to circle this guy way before the Jaegeru. Now, the Jaegeru hasn't now been spotted. We don't know what direction he's going to come. Is he going to come from the left, or is he going to come from the right? Now, if he's coming from the left, he is playing it very, very dangerously. But he's going to side hug this guy, and this is the most frustrating thing to happen in a game when a tank is side hugging you and you just can't get that shot off. But Adam plays it absolutely brilliantly, and he manages to take him out without getting any shot done. I mean, he lost a bit of hit points because of the ramming, but he does manage to take him out. Now, he is winning on supremacy points, only just by literally 10 points, 5 points. It's very, very close, and I love what he does here. He sees that the Jaegeru was out of position. He sees that he wasn't looking, and he was able to track him. And now, 1 minute left to go, he is just sat behind this guy, and there is nothing really this Jaegeru can do. The points are going up. I mean, 960 supremacy points. He still needs 2 pens on this guy to take the kill. He's already on 4 kills. He's up to 9,000 damage now. He's going to get one more shot. 990 supremacy points, and I think he was about a second away to reload, but unfortunately just doesn't get there in time. 1 second left on the reload, and the game ends. But he still ends on the win. 9,600 damage. He gets the ace Top Gun high caliber Kolobanov as well, and over 2,000 base XP. This is the tank that's just been nerfed. Well played Adam and Troller. Thank you guys for sending me that in. Again, I'm not going to really do any more videos on the missile tanks unless they get nerfed even more. We've had enough of it. People spoke about it a lot, so that's it. Hope you enjoyed it, guys. I'm Meadsy, and I'll catch you soon.